Well, welcome back to COTA, the Circuit of the Americas, Austin, Texas, for round 5 of America's Rallycross 2019. That is the famous tower here at COTA. And there's a great view from up there. Is it Tanner Faust? I don't know, but it does kind of look a bit like Tanner's, strong, tall stature. I don't know what you guys have had time to do in between sessions. Me and Buck have had time to do nothing except pick up the paperwork, which was blowing all over the track that way. It's really windy. We still don't have the rain. We have had some pretty interesting developments over the last few minutes. So we've had Steve Arpin up here,
5
seeing
seconds,
the steward.
right?
Yeah,
5
5-second penalty. He was not happy, was he?
No, I don't agree with it being 5 seconds. A penalty, that's not my spot, but 5 seconds I think is a little bit aggressive. Like I said, I thought the contact was, controversial, but I think the wheel hop over top of each other was more dramatic.
Just made it look a bit more spectacular than it was. Yeah. And we've also actually seen a penalty for Patrick Sandell. He's been given a 5-second penalty for contact, we think, with Faust in turn 2. So stewards are being pretty strict this weekend. They're going for it. If you missed the previous session, take a look at this. So this was Travis Pico on the outside getting another good start against the Subaru. Sorry, this was in Q1, of course, and that was the 3 bits of contact he had. But this next bit here, wait for him to have a look at Weeman and Bucky. Boom, into Weeman. That earned him a 5-second penalty. Now, for me, that was a 5-second penalty.
That's a 5-second penalty all day long. Over-aggressive, didn't really have it, took it.
Yeah. I mean, I like him Pico's style. I love the fact he's going for it, and he'll have to learn, won't he, what the limit is in terms of.
I went and had some words with him, and he stood strong with it. I loved it.
Really?
Yeah, he was like, I got to give the boys in blue. I got to give it to them.
Well,
it's 4 against 2.
Fair enough, he's going for it. This was Faust with an absolutely blinding start in Q1, moved across, and then you could see this the moment that his spotter said, you are clear inside. And Bucky, he wouldn't have believed that, but he shut the door with confidence.
And he did it with confidence. Like you said, it's so hard to turn into the right when the spotter says you're clear because you know there was just 3 cars beside you.
Yeah, and you're thinking, I'm going to get tagged by one. This is going to end badly.
Here come the hands.
Yeah, exactly. But amazing drive by Faust to take the win. Brilliant drive by him. Into Q2, same cars were in the same races because of the way those 2 races unfolded. Bit of contact again with Pico in the first corner. This time he wasn't penalised for that because he dropped back, of course, didn't gain from it at all. Bit more here with Backwood, and Backwood just pushes him wide and says, no, we're not having that. The dust flew up then. It was pretty hard for the other drivers to see. Weeman made a mistake, I think it was, on lap 3 and just ran a tiny bit wide, and Backwood said, thanks for that, I'll have it.
Yeah, he apologized, but he said he kind of gave it to me, so.
Yeah, exactly. Backwards, said sorry to Yoni for the little tap in the side, but he did say the door was open, and if you're not taking those opportunities, they say you're not a racing driver, and I think that's fair enough. Final race of Q2. So this is the one that Arpin got the penalty for. Here's Arpin moving across, and he moves across. Do you know what? Okay, now looking at it, I can see what the stewards are saying. He's moved from lane 3 to lane 1 very quickly when it wasn't clear, Bucky. Whether it's 5 seconds or not, but I can see why the stewards, when you see it again, why they maybe made that decision.
Well, I think maybe a spotter said move over, but maybe not move over only 1 spot. He moved over 2 spots,
and that's
there was
the
a car
difference.
there.
Yeah, sure, and Faust has moved all the way to the inside. Arpin, it wasn't clear to do that. I mean, it's difficult. In a start like that as well, Bucky, there's so much going on around you.
There is, yeah, and here Tanner sneaks on the inside.
So no, I didn't see there exactly what I thought we might see for Sandell's contact, unless it was what happened in the dust previously. But here are the standings as we go into Q3. Tanner Faust having won Q1 at the top. Backwood is in second, having won Q2. Then Chris Atkinson, Patrick Sandell having had that 5-second penalty in Q2. Arpin, 5-second penalty in Q2. Weeman, Bigham, and then Pico, who had a 5-second penalty in Q1. They need to keep it clean. There is 1 session left to go. So yeah, okay, keep it tidy off the start. The thing is, they all want to win the start here, Bucky. Normally people would say, oh, you can't pass it, coach, but my goodness me, we saw some passing in ARX too, didn't we?
You can pass, you just got to set it up. You can't be overly aggressive, and you got to be patient almost, but not over patient because you only got a few laps to make it happen.
And we've seen a few mistakes as well, haven't we, from drivers in both ARX and ARX2. So people have been opening the door, which has helped. And I say in ARX2, people have just been pushing the door open and saying, I'm coming through. So stay with us because we've got more great ARX2 racing coming up. ARX 2 cars are coming up to the line. You can see Lane Vakela in the background there, rolling into position. So Lane came across Bucky to Lowiak, and that would have been quite an experience because Lowiak is our most attended event in the World Rallycross Championship, 70 to 80,000 fans over 2 days. And it was a different type of track, full-on tarmac track. Of course, he's got a karting background.
Yeah.
It's not tarmac, obviously. It's, part of it is planed tarmac. So the difference in grip is there, but it was a much higher grip circuit. Lane's still learning. It's hard work, isn't it?
Yeah, it is hard, you know, and I would greatly accept that challenge. Like, throw him in there, you know what I mean?
Get
like,
amongst it.
Yeah, get in there.
Get amongst it. Gray Ledbetter's on the inside for this one with Michael Leach, Lane Vakela and Alex Keys. Alex forgot to joker Bucky.
I think he was waiting for that extra lap.
Yeah, the 5 that he got in Q1. Yeah, fair play. Okay, so Marshall's going to give him the thumbs up. Alex Keys is the pace man in this one. Alex is currently sitting in P7. He was 4th in the first one, but I say he was 9th in the last one, so he was last in the last session, having missed that joker and been given a 30-second penalty. He's got to get it done here. Good start, the nose of the car stays nice and level, gets his gear shifts right, but Leach is going to beat him down to turn 1. In fact, Vakela's on the inside too, and they've all gone joker. Keys runs wide, they've all gone joker. Alex Keys has got to try and get into the next corner first. He's up the inside of Ledbetter. Absolutely brilliant move by Keys there.
He kept his momentum. He kept his momentum.
Oh, contact, Vakela. Vakela's up on 2 wheels. He's in the barrier. Over the jump, side-by-side contact between Leach and Ledbetter. It's all going off.
Do these cars have reverse?
Yes.
They do.
Might take a minute to find him.
I haven't been in one, I don't know.
Hang on a minute. There we go, Vakela's away, he's found reverse, he has found it. So Alex Keys, as I say, with that over-under move around the outside, I thought he'd gone too deep. It's interesting, we saw that same line from backward where they push really wide on the tarmac runoff apron and then drop the car back in.
Yeah, they do not have the joker to their benefit to advance, so the racing's on.
Do you see the amount of water there is in the background too? Just so where they run off the dirt and onto the tarmac, it looks like it's still pretty wet from the water truck. So Gray Ledbetter runs a bit deep at the hairpin. Michael Leach not quite close enough to take advantage of that. Alex Keys leading and in need of a good result. So he's down in 7th place. He's going to want to get up into 4th if he can, just to stick himself on the front row. That gives you the very best chance of making it. Go, Bucky.
Whoa, that was close right there. I believe that was maybe...
was it Leach, Michael Leach?
I think Leach is really sending it right now.
Well, I must admit, I was looking down at the paperwork. What did he do?
Yeah, he got really close to the inside wall here through the dirt chicane fast section after the hairpin after the back straight.
We saw some of them super close in, didn't we, on the wall. The supercar drivers have just been so accurate through that section. Ledbetter and Leach all jokering on the first lap, and that's, for me, that's a bit of a disaster. I mean, it's because you want the option, don't you, on tactics?
You do. It's hard because when you're at a track like this, there isn't a lot of passing. Here's a little merge. You got a merge coming up here.
No, the water across the track. There's so much water in the background. It doesn't seem to be affecting the lap times too much, but the guys did say, didn't they, that even Backer had said the track's getting quicker on every lap, he felt. Alex Keys continuing to lead. He's on the last lap. We're going to check the times and see. So Fraser McConnell won last time out with a 2:39.3, and Keys goes 2:38.3.
Yeah. Track, I feel, probably got a little faster. I don't think there was as much racing in this heat. So I think the times would show that.
2:41.4 was the time for winning Q1. 2:39.3 for Q2, and Alex Keys has just gone 2:38.3, so he goes a second quicker than the winning time for the previous sessions.
Took the joker.
Right at the start, yep. Got that done straight away, didn't he?
Yeah,
so
everyone went, so.
I'm not forgetting this time. Alex Keys takes it from Gray Ledbetter, Michael Leach and Lane Vakela. So good result for Keys. Vakela's shown as a DNF, but to me he did get round unless he was lapped, but I think he did finish just a long way off. So yeah, Vakela did finish 22.9 off the back. Let's have another look at the start and see maybe why they all went Joker. Bucky, let's see. I don't think anybody here had any intention of going to, well, okay, maybe Leach, but like, you know, you can't go there. Ledbetter's inside.
I don't know why no one took normal lap.
Look at the keys. I'm fascinated by how deep they're going around there and that they're making it work.
I think by doing that, he didn't create any scrub on his tires, so he was able to carry that power and momentum around the outside, where everyone else kind of scrubbed in.
So Luke using a bit more lock, they're scrubbing speed off.
Yeah, I feel they scrubbed a little on the way in just because of the natural turn of that Joker.
Nicely done by Keys.
So Alex is here still taking his helmet off, but everyone went for the Joker the first lap, and you went all the way around the outside there. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, I went in deep. I got a little sideways through, but held on. I'm just trying to race clean with these guys. I mean, in my other heat, there's just a lot of beating and banging going around, and honestly, it's not necessary. We can still race without touching each other, so that was really good. You know, these guys actually raced me the best of anyone today.
Well, it's great to hear. Good luck the rest of the day, Alex.
Thank you.
A little dig there, I think, from Keys at the fast heat. And to be fair, we have said some of the fans down there in the fan zone, they might be having a few beers there, Bucky, from the looks of things. What's that? What's he got there in that bag? Is that an umbrella? Has he bought an easy up shelter with him in case of the thunder?
Oh yeah, I think.
The one on the right, is that just a rest, or is that too many beers?
It's just not opened up yet.
It's early, it's early.
Yeah.
Right, let's take a look at the grid for race 2, Q3, the final qualifying race for ARX 2 here. Remember, this is a single header for them. All their other events have been double headers. Fraser McConnell, Brad DeBerti, Cole Keats, Connor Martell and Sage Karam. Fraser currently sitting second to DeBerti, and DeBerti's got a little lead in terms of qualifying points. DeBerti's on 95 to Fraser's 87, because Fraser's Q1 was not good. So it's a battle between the inside two, and then who else is near enough? Keats and Sage Karam are probably near enough as well to maybe take the TQ, but at the minute, Brad DeBerti hoping he can hold on, having won his first ever session in ARX 2 in Q1. Can he take his first ever TQ, or will Fraser McConnell deny him? And it's a great start by both those two on the inside. McConnell going to get that inside line. Where's DeBerti going to go? DeBerti's going to go with him, but he's left the door wide open and he loses 2 places. How Martell got through that gap, I do not know. Keats runs wide. Brad DeBerti going to try and get past. Look at the front of Martell's car.
Martell's back of his car made it through, but his front did not.
He left the front. Oh, his wheels off.
Oh, he's hurt. His
wheels off.
Damaged.
So Martell's front left is hanging off the car. There wasn't enough room to get through. He's turning in and wondering why he's got understeer. When he sees the replay, he'll realise. So Connor Martell is out of this one, definitely. Keats and DeBerti, P3 and P4. Martell drops back. Sage Karam, sorry, he's in 4th and has jokered. So Karam's gone joker, and he's now going to try and hammer those laps in. And this has played nicely into the hands of McConnell out front. DeBerti goes joker.
Yeah, Martell tucked himself in there as a smart move, but someone just came in on him and closed the door and ran him into the tires.
Yeah, we saw the squeeze, didn't we? I mean, when he left the door open, I wasn't sure he'd be able to get one car through, but when they managed to get there is his car parked at the side of the road. When they managed to get the 2 through, so yeah, DeBerti just left a little bit too much space.
McConnell's running in the 37s. He's the fastest car on track right now.
Super fast. It's only 1.5 off the pace of the supercars, look. So this track obviously lends itself to the momentum and the manoeuvrability of an ARX2 car.
Yeah, it's not about the power. It's about the mobility and the momentum, like you said.
They can change direction quite quickly, can't they? Which can help. I can see, you can see Keats coming over. Sorry, Karam over the jump. Keats has got out in front of DeBerti.
Sometimes it's good to take a little power away so that you kind of don't have to, you don't overdrive the car. On some tracks, you can dial it back so it's not too, you don't get too much wheel spin.
Yeah,
I don't think they have that kind of problem in these cars, but I'm talking more about the supercars.
Absolutely. Oh, DeBerti has to look up the inside of Keats, but can't quite make it. I thought Keats had jokered on the previous lap. The graphics have just updated, so everyone's jokered. McConnell is still in the lead, so McConnell now chasing down the time of... who won the previous one? Alex Keys, sorry, our timing screen's still showing supercar at the bottom, so round comes McConnell. Another superb drive. You can see the target time, bottom right of your screen, 2:38.380 is Alex Key's time. Oh, it's going to be close. 2:38.6, not quite enough. Great drive by Alex Keys. He wins Q3, McConnell gets second. But it's about where De Berti finished. I think De Berti might have lifted before the line there, and I'm hoping that doesn't cost him enough points to not get the TQ. Martel's still in the car. A little bit of work to do on that. They don't have too long either before we're back out for semi-final. Say today is a bit relentless for the crews, the drivers, me and Bucky, and maybe, dare I say it, you guys at home.
What's that?
It's a bit relentless for the people at home as well. They don't really get much time off, are they?
No, it's time to maybe grab something out of the fridge and put a bag of popcorn in.
Definitely. McConnell takes it from Karam, Keats, De Berti and Martel, the DNF. After that contact in the first corner, here's where they slot in. So they're all quicker than the first race, other than, of course, Martel, but it's Alex Keys from that first race who is quickest of all. So Alex Keys at the top of the table, 0.3 of a second faster than Fraser McConnell. We've got some very fast guys here, and the semi-finals and finals are going to be great fun. So this was off the line.
Watch Martel. That's great. He didn't get a great start, but look how he was in second place, but he just got squeezed by Keats by a little too much, and that wheel is just too exposed on these RX2 cars.
I think he must have then broken, unless he gets another hit here, Bucky, and then it breaks. We don't know whether it broke on the jump landing or because there was a second hit on the hairpin. So I don't think Keats would have known he was there. Keats, you know, is thinking, hello, I'm going up the inside of De Berti. He's not going to think there's another car going up the inside of him. Fraser McConnell staying out of trouble, getting the job done. Say the championship leader, hoping to extend his points advantage here at COTA.
Fraz, a little bit of contact there on the first corner, but after that, you seem to have just drove your race and pulled away from everyone.
Yeah, I know, terrible start to the day, but I mean, when you have great support like I do, it's really easy to bounce back. I mean, big up to Jamaican fans watching, big up to Sandals coming on board, Dirtfish, everyone, the vibe is so great. And I mean, that's what it takes to be able to come back. And right now, I'm just looking forward to the semis. The car feels great. I'm gonna go back and find some little more speed in my laps, but right now I'm happy and I'm looking forward to the semi.
Great, well, we're looking forward to watching you in the semifinal. Good luck.
Mr. Cool.
Here are the standings at the end of qualifying then, and it is Brad De Berti who takes his first ever top qualifier spot here at round 7 of ARX2 2019. Fraser McConnell, the championship leader, is second place. Then it's Sage Karam, Alex Keys, Cole Keats, Gray Ledbetter, Connor Martel down in 7th, look, with that DNF in the last one, and Michael Leach in 8th place. Lane Vakela will be 9th. So Martel getting the car dragged back onto the trailer. Bring that car in and get it repaired. I'm trying to think how long they've got. I know it isn't long, but they're going to have to get that sorted. These cars are pretty easy to work on though, Bucky. You know, it's clamshell front and rear, just pull the body off and then, you know, the subframes will come off separately.
Fairly easy, you know, as long as they don't have to weld anything. It should all unbolt. They have spare parts. Sometimes fully put together already, depending on what team you have.
Yeah, whole sort of subframes and sections. Well, a bit of work to do getting Martel's car off the track. We're going to get that on a trailer, parked up, and we'll be back with supercars soon. There we go, that's Martel's car up on the low loader. Marshall's taking good care of it. Better care than Connor took of it in the last race anyway. I can't really blame him. a little bit of contact. You know, he went for the gap, and he's got to go for the gap, really, hasn't he? I'm trying to think, where is Martel? Martel is on 97 points. He'd do well if he holds on to third place in the championship, having missed the first 2 rounds. I mean, that would be amazing for of course, the champion from last year.
I liked what he did off the line, actually. If you don't get a good start, imagine if you get just as good a start as the person next to you. You race up, and then who's going to lift?
Yeah.
No one.
No.
So if you don't get a good start, you're automatically behind them. So you're automatically going to put yourself in a good position because you see the situation in front of you.
Yeah, he saw a gap, he went for it. Unfortunately, you know, Cole wouldn't have known he was on the inside. We're not seeing any investigations into any of the driving from ARX 2, which is good. We've got a decent crowd up in the grandstands. You must remember this is an absolutely huge F1 grandstand, but there are a bunch of people along the entire length of it. Bit of food about as well, and some drinks, as I say. We've seen some people enjoying an adult beverage. Umbrella up, what does she know, Bucky?
Definitely not the weatherman either. See, close it up, kid, unless you're blocking the sun.
I like it. Now the guy on the back, I happen to know that's the local football team. It might be the college football team, I can't remember.
It is, Longhorns.
Yeah. There we are.
Texas Longhorns.
Texas Longhorns, Bucky with the knowledge. I need to go to a game, I'd like that.
Yeah, we went to the game a couple years ago.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was fun. Man, the parking lot.
Really?
It's crazy.
Really?
Yeah, because everyone's cooking out, you know. Everyone's got like it looks like people set up hotels in the parking lot.
Brilliant.
Like it's got, like people have full-on rooms and like
well, that's my kind of gig.
barbecues, and it's like, it's crazy. They got it going on out here.
I'll be up for that. Still need to get ourselves some Texas barbecue, don't we? We're thinking about it. There's queues for some of these places that are insane. It was Travis Pecoy went yesterday, I saw on his Instagram. He went and queued for 3.5 hours to get some brisket at some barbecue place.
No, I just go over to Lowenbrow here and grab some
get some off them.
Yeah.
Yeah, great stuff. Arpin pulling up to the grid, so both those two guys in this. Now you can see the guy who's manning this camera, you might be looking at it and thinking, well, that's a bit shaky. I can tell you why it's a bit shaky. It is blowing a strong old wind here right now. The water truck's just coming out on track. You might see it's just gone out bottom right of your picture. Are they going to water the track or are they going to park it?
Oh, they're going to blast some, I bet.
Let's see.
No?
Doesn't look like he has so far. Maybe he's just gone to fill it up and he's taking it back to park it in the middle. No, I can't see any. The drivers will be hoping he doesn't. Yeah, he's parking it. Okay, he's parking it. Look, joker lap for him off to the car park on the inside. Parking lot, sorry, Bucky, isn't it, I believe?
That's part of the infield where all the stuff is stored. I see a bunch of equipment in there.
Here we go then, time for Q3 from COTA. Here's the lineup for race 1. Okay, pause for a second. Just lining ourselves up again. Okay, time to get Q3 underway at COTA. Here's the grid for Q1. Okay, we got someone's getting a slap now in the TV truck. We are going to get a grid in. We promise. We're just coming with
Hold
one.
on, I'm going to pull my rental car up in that extra spot. I'll be right back.
Right, here we go. Here is the grid for race 1 at Q3. On the inside, Travis Pecoy. Then it's Cabot Bigham, Steve Arpin, and Patrick Sandell. All these guys looking to secure a place on the front row in the semi-finals. Remember, because we've got 8 cars here this time, we won't see a 7-car final like we saw in Canada. The top 3 from each of the semis will go through, so somebody's going to miss out in each of the semi-finals. You need a good grid slot if you don't want to be that person. Oh, it's a pretty even start. Rocket starts on the inside for all 3. Sandell's surely going to go. Joker he does, but Bigham and Arpin have both gone with him as well. Sandell makes the undercut. Going to try and get underneath Arpin. Patrick Sandell finds some grip. Oh, he's beaten by Cabot Bigham down. Arpin looking for a way past. Sandell just gets up one spot. Arpin gives him a nudge. Sandell goes sideways. He's hit him twice. Arpin's going to be back in the steward's room for that, almost certainly. Over the jump. Sandell on the inside. Can Arpin get through? He's on the handbrake, turns the car around, and Arpin can't quite find a way through it. Arpin's fiery, but I get that Bucky's frustrated.
He is very frustrated, and it's kind of showing. He's kind of getting like thrown around here and there, and he's putting his nose in there. But I mean, you got to do it. You have to go for it a little bit. You don't have a spot to naturally pass.
Out front, Bigham, of course, has jokered, and he's chasing down Pecoy. The gap is 1.8. That's about right. I tell you what, they're hitting that jump hard now, aren't they? Certainly harder than they were this morning.
What I did notice with Pecoy, he took the normal lap, but he did overbrake. And coming from a dead stop into turn 1, it might benefit these guys carrying more speed. If they don't brake and miss the braking point, Biggett's going to make up some time when he takes the joker.
So Bigham hoping to get past. They're keeping Pecoy out to the last lap. Pecoy runs wide. Pecoy's run wide into the dirt. The gap was 2.0. It went up to 2.1. It might well have come down a little bit with that mistake, and it has. He's dropped 7 tenths in one corner, Bucky, from running wide in turn 1.
That will do it.
So Pecoy makes a mistake on the last of his standard laps. He's got to go joker on the next one. Bigham spotters will be onto him now, saying keep it tidy. He's made a mistake. Pecoy was pushing so hard through this narrow gravel section. Watch this, look at the commitment through here. So close in. Big push. So Pecoy has to go to...
Yep, he doesn't go.
He's missed it. Pecoy's missed his joker. 30-second penalty. Disaster. Absolute disaster. I feel sorry for the Lowenbro squad. It's not going their way this weekend.
No, they need to put their head down and concentrate on racing. Don't worry about what's going on around them.
I think now, basically, look, they're all making it to the semis. They need a big reset, Bucky. They've got to find out what they can do to get through in those semis, not be the cars that miss out. There's all still to play for, but that is a big mistake by Pecoy and the Lowenbro squad.
No, he doesn't have
He doesn't. That's it. The flag's out.
Look, he's gone joker
now.
now.
Too late. So he's gone joker. The others even not sure that the race is finished, because when they come round, the flag is on the inside and they can't see it, but race is over.
Pecoy is still racing.
Yeah, Pecoy doesn't realise. He's up in the hairpin now, and he's still pushing from the conference, which you see. He thinks it's the last lap.
All right, now he just turned it down.
Yeah, they've been on the radio, told him. Big mistake. He's the second driver to do it. Alex Keys did it in ARX 2, the support category earlier. Well, here is the result of race 1, Q3. Cabot Bigham takes it from Sandell and Arpin. Travis Pecoy was on for it. He made a mistake on lap 3, but he made a much bigger mistake on lap 4. He forgot to joker, so 30-second penalty. So a big mistake by Pecoy, not what he needed. And he'll have found out when they're on the radio to him at the end of the run there. Not ideal. So they're flustered there, Bucky, for me, like woosah, you know, you got to get amongst it. I think you look at they're both. Arpin and Pecoy have really impressed me this year. They've been very good, but you've got to remove the emotions and just focus.
You can tell there's some emotion going on. Like, I'm over there, I'm talking to them, and they're more concerned about what's going on around them. You know, the stewards. It's like, let them do their job. Yeah. Put your head down, go race.
Yeah.
If they make something, hopefully they'll make it right. You know, if that happens.
Do it on track, prove it.
Yeah, just, you know, they got to put their head down. And right now, I feel Pecoy might be overdriving a little bit.
Cabot Bigham is with James now. Let's head down and have a catch up with him.
Cabot, Travis forgot to take his joker lap, but I think time-wise you would have had him either way. So it must feel good to get a win out there.
Yeah, definitely. You know, after that awesome weekend in Canada, I really wanted to keep the momentum going. I didn't really find it as much in Nitro Circus, so when I came back to ARX, I wanted to make sure that I still was competitive. And the Andretti boys have been working so hard to get the car to be quick, and it really proves it right there. I think we would have had him either way. It's a shame he didn't take the joker, because I'd like to race everyone clean, but it's a good win, a good feel.
Good, well, we're all happy for you, and we're excited to see how you do in the semis and finals. Good luck.
Here's a look back at the start. So it was super even across the field, and Bigham, you could see how it was intending to go joker the whole time, but maybe not Arpin.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there.
Arpin looked like he went on the brake, didn't he, early, and then came off it again. And in fact, Arpin's under investigation for contact, which I'm guessing might be Woods with Sandell. So that's going to be down at the first corner. We saw him getting the side. This was the mistake from Pecoy, but there was a far bigger mistake to come.
There was. He totally missed the joker. I don't know what happened with the spotter in his ear, but maybe his radio wasn't working. We'll hear. We'll find out.
Super short lap here, very tricky. Peacoy missed the joker. Bigham takes the win. Well, race 2 from Q3 coming up, the final race from qualifying here in Austin. Cars are on the grid and good to go. Let's take a look at the lineup for Q3, race 2. Andreas Backerud on the inside. His teammate Chris Atkinson next to him. Then it's Faust and Jonny Weeman. So Tanner Faust up against the 3 Subarus. Weeman and Backerud, of course, brought in to try and help either Atkinson or Sandell close down that gap to Tanner Faust, who leads the championship and is currently in the TQ spot. Marshals have left the grid. We've just got the Chief Marshal at the front who's going to signal to the drivers that they're good to go. And then we're going to get qualifying tied up here at Austin. Eyes on the lights, anti-lag on, here we go. Faust with another amazing start. Tanner Faust is going to shut the door again. Moves from slot number 3 to the inside. Takes the whole shot Backerud behind. Brilliant job by Tanner Faust, straight into the lead.
And Backerud is just tucking himself in there, and he's just, I can't wait to watch this racing.
So Backerud will look to make a pass on Faust if he can, but he's not going to do anything dirty. We know that. He's a class act. Backerud and Weeman chasing down Tanner. They could have a crack at Joker tactics. Atco, of course, has got Joker already. If Backerud can apply enough pressure to Faust, and Faust has to get defensive, Bucky, that could help Atkinson out as well.
It can totally help him out. Right now, Atco has his head down. He's putting in some fast laps.
Yeah, he's 3.0 off at the moment, but he's going to aim to close that down. Weeman goes Joker now, so Jonny Weeman goes Joker. Atkinson going to edge past him, and that gives Atco just a little bit more space as well to try and catch up to those front 2. And this is what we mean by them being able to help out. They're not here to fire anyone off. They're here to tactically help the team's permanent drivers with the loss of Scott speed for this weekend.
That's true.
Oh, Atco, mistake.
Big mistake there.
Super wide. Atkinson makes a mistake. Jonny Weeman is right with him. He's got to get the job done as well, you know. Can't rely entirely on the help of the other guys. So a mistake from Atco. We saw a mistake from a couple of people down at that hairpin.
Look at the gap that Tanner has put on Backerud.
Backerud runs a little bit wide on the exit and the blue groove. Then Bucky, if you drop a wheel into the dirt, and of course the Subaru is quite a big car. The Beetle is too, to be fair.
Well, it's a little long, you know what I mean? I think the guys at Subaru have done their best to make this chassis work. They've shaped all the weight. It's now
Oh,
fine.
it's incredible.
Yeah, and actually it's not the biggest car as it looks. The wheelbase, it's all legit. Like it's proper. It looked big because of panels and all the downforce and stuff. But
Accuracy of Faust through there is just incredible. Of course, he's been in this car for years now, whereas this is Backerud's first outing in the Subaru. Andreas Backerud going to come round, and with that mistake from Atco, he's going to get the spot, is he? Or is he? I thought he was going to let him go for a second. So Backerud in P2 with Atco and Weeman behind, and Tanner Faust aiming for the time of 2:29.8.
let's see if we see a position swap here to get Atco a better position for the next race. There we go.
Yeah, Backerud moves across and lets Chris Atkinson through around the outside. There we go. Team orders from Subaru, fair enough. They've got a championship to try and win, but Tanner Faust has other ideas. Comes across the line to go P2. Sorry, P1. I'm looking at the top time, 3.4 seconds faster. Faust has just absolutely smashed it. So Tanner Faust wins the session, and with that will be the top qualifier here at round 5 of ARX. Faust cruising back to the paddock, having taken the win. Look at that, 2:26.4. Chris Atkinson was second after Andreas Backerud gave up that position. Weeman in 4th, and here's where they slot in. So Faust and Atkinson to the top of the table. So that move by Backerud really did help Atco out.
Paying out.
Bigham's up there again. Looks a great performance by him. Backerud gets 4, Sandell, Arpin, Weeman, and Travis Peacoy. Have a look back at the start, and it was another absolute flyer from Tanner Faust. It was a perfect start, again, like we saw in Q1.
It's a perfect start, and I feel Subaru is struggling with their starting
procedures,
or
maybe
technique.
at least their start settings. Faust has got it right, hasn't he, every time. I mean, this is a brilliant performance by Tanner. under pressure. You know, he came here 5 points behind
Here,
Scott
Acko
Speed.
gets on the, I don't know, he just gets on a little, like too much on the brake, flicks it a little too much.
Just got out on the dirty line, didn't he? Just dropped one, the rear left off. This was backward. Now, I thought backward was actually going to give up the place to Acko on the run into the hairpin, but he chose to do it on the back straight. It still kind of works. There he was. He went tight to the inside line and let Acko through, but it is Tanner Faust who wins Q3 and will beat TQ.
Tanner, another amazing start out there. You've got it down. Obviously, you have hundreds and hundreds of starts in this Beetle, though. What's going differently today?
Honestly, it's not really different. I'll be like you said, we're on our 6th year, you know, with the Beetle. We've got a huge amount of development in the Beetle. Now, this is the same car we've been running since 2016. I mean, hats off to Volkswagen. They just engineer stuff really well. Andretti's done a great job of, you know, rounding the edges a little bit as we go. But every track we go to, we know already what springs we're going to use, what launch settings, and so it really helps, I think. It'd be nice to have a new car and a brand new big budget, but if you can't have that data, it's pretty good.
Great. Well, thank you and have a good rest of the day. Yeah.
ARX 2 semi-finals are next up. Great stuff from Tanner Faust with the TQ. You know, we're on to semi-final stage. Won't be too long before we're heading towards ARX 2. There's a little break then before we get onto the ARX semis.
So now we're just like, imagine if you had to fix Connor Martell's car in that amount of time.
Yeah, some serious pressure going on for those guys to get the car fixed. I'm looking around at the weather as well, Bucky. We were talking about thunderstorms and stuff, but I think we might get away with it.
Yeah, I think we're in the clear. I want to drop in on that thing.
Well, here are the final standings after qualifying at round 5 of America's Rallycross 2019 from COTA, Austin, Texas. Tanner Faust gets the TQ, wins in Q1 and Q3. Andreas Backer gets second on his debut for Subaru Motorsport USA, having won Q2. Acko is in 3rd, Cabot Bigham 4th, Patrick Sandell 5th, Arpin in 6th, Weeman 7th, and Travis Pecoy in 8th. Looking forward to the semi-finals later on. There are the clouds in the distance. It depends what direction that weather's going in. We've had some pretty spectacular thunderstorms here in the past, but I don't know, Bucky Lasek, weatherman Bucky Lasek, what's the thoughts?
It looks patchy.
Yeah.
But sunny.
Okay, patchy but sunny. There you go.
We're
you can
good.
see we're kind of up here. We're over to our left. We've got some hospitality. We've got the spotters here. Just to our right, we've got the steward. So it's all going on. It's pretty windy. I'm feeling pretty chilled though. We're getting ready to close out round 5 for the guys from ARX, and of course, was it round 7, round 8? I think for ARX 2. But we've got semi-finals. So ARX semi-finals and finals will be up at 15:40 later on today. Before that, I think we've got the ARX 2 semi-finals for you as well. So stay tuned and we'll see you later.